All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Outerzone, the official podcast of Formula Drift. My name is Jacob Gettens. Normally I do these intros without you guys here, so this is kind of weird.
Do you?
But yeah, I do it after. Because then it's like, then I already know what we talked about, so I can make it sound like I know what the show's gonna be about. But most of the time I don't. Obviously, we got our top three here today, all scrunched in. James Deane, Bakchis, Fredric, Aasbo. Guys, how much do you love rain? Let's just start strong.
You know, at least it was full wet, right?
Yeah.
And I was talking to my guys. This is probably one of the best rain events because it wasn't terrible standing outside. I always feel bad for my crew, like they're getting drenched. It was like a constant little sprinkle, and the track was pretty much consistent.
Gotcha.
32 was pretty bad, though.
Yeah,
when it was drying
the end
up.
of 30,
Yeah, especially for you, like first car down, not knowing what to expect.
Yeah, you know, being the first car out, you're kind of jinxing yourself from the get-go, especially when it's like that, and there's no side lap, and it's drying up, and then in the burnout box it was wet, and I pulled the handbrake going in at initiation, and it was like dropping the anchor. Luckily, I got a little nudge from Novak and got saved by the bell. It was the worst.
Yeah,
that's tricky. And leading in the wet kind of sucks, to be honest.
Especially being the first lead, because then it's like you're the guy behind you can at least kind of watch what you're doing and be like, oh, this isn't good.
Right.
But yeah, literally first one on track. That's brutal.
I feel like this track, even though the track itself was quite consistent with the grip level everywhere, but the speed you're coming down into the first corner, like we got a long run up to scrub a lot of speed for the first turn, and that is challenging because 5 miles an hour extra, you're going wide, maybe going into the dirt. It's really hard to nail.
Or maybe going into the lead car.
Yeah.
And I feel like that gate you have to fit through now is even tighter. Now that the box is further out, it's pretty narrow, right?
Very narrow, and the judges are really harsh on lead runs this weekend. I feel it was challenging. It was hard.
It seemed that way. It seemed like the lead was really where you were going to make or break your run, and then if both leads were incredible, then it went down to the chase. So it was like lead first and then chase after that, which, I mean, arguably, I kind of like the way that's going. It's a big departure this year with judging. Like, I really think it's a complete changeover. It's taken some drivers a bit of getting used to. Obviously, you guys have more or less figured it out. I did find it funny that, like, Steph upstairs after the second one more time, he's like, guys, what do we have to do to win? Like, he was yelling. But, like, you know, it's passionate. You get the 2 one more times, and you're like, I don't understand anymore because you guys were just laying down heater after heater. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was really skeptical of the new boxes at first. I felt like it was hampering and hindering everything. Now, though, I feel like it helps. I feel like it's a better show. And as long as the fans follow and as long as it makes sense, it does open the door for the chase a little bit.
Yeah.
And I remember last time I drove here in standing rain like this, my car looked like someone had diarrhea all over it because we were all cutting inside everywhere. And now it was pretty clean. Right?
That is true. I had way less mud on the track because we're not dipping the front tire. We got to be at least 5 feet away from where we used to be.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like we had less weird mechanicals too. We didn't have like a bunch of suspension stuff going on or broken tie rods all the time. Mostly because, for the most part, you guys were keeping it on track. So
I think that's a testament to a lot of the drivers too.
Yeah.
I remember in Long Beach, I was blown away by the skill level of all the pro spec rookies coming in. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, and here too, they're all dialed. They're all in contention, right?
Yeah, very aggressive, like chasing hard, like really enjoyable to watch a seating bracket.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep harping on the rain here, but arguably we have the 3 best people for the rain. Someone who was essentially saw the sun maybe 6 times in his entire life. Freddie,
as you can tell.
Yeah. Norway also.
He's getting a tan.
It's a little bit.
It's burn.
He tans red. That's what we'll say. I mean, Norway has a great selection, but you've driven so much in slush and snow and ice. That helps. And then Odie, I mean, although you didn't drive a lot in the rain being where you lived, you understand suspension dynamics so much that you're like, although I don't have the experience, I know exactly how I need to set this car up.
Yeah, and I honestly, I don't say this much, but I got pissed off one time. I lost in the rain, and I was like, I'm better than this. I went back to sunny California, rented a water truck.
No way.
Rented a water truck.
I remember you telling me
the water
that.
truck go to the freaking to Willow Springs, and water the track for me. And I just went out there and I was like, I'm better than this. I just need seat time in rain.
Yeah. How much was that water truck, by the way? I'm asking for a friend.
They're not that bad.
This is disturbing. There's technically a drought in the county, but there's a county that the track is slightly outside that county. There's only like $40 to fill this freaking truck with water. It is absurdly cheap.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to pay for this hours of.
Yeah.
This is why
there.
the world is broken. You know?
It is. It's some things don't make sense.
Meanwhile, how much we pay for, like, what is it, Voss water that comes out of Norway, and it's like $8 for like half a liter?
You can't get that shit for $8. It's more like 16.
Yeah, I know, dude. It's wild. Yeah. I mean, especially with the way the Norwegian dollar is right now. Yeah, it's not cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just cool that who I guess you would kind of expect to do well in the rain did well in the rain, so that helps with it. What do you think maybe younger drivers or drivers coming up should know about driving in the rain, especially if they come from California or they don't have the experience and setup where it's like, here's just an easy thing you can do to make it a little bit easier as soon as the rain comes down?
Who's answering?
This is top secret stuff.
You gotta pay for Odie's course.
You gotta get a truck of water.
$40 truck of water.
No, I feel like you need to be, even though it's really hard, especially battling these guys, you need to try to have a little bit more patience.
Okay.
Initiate a little bit earlier, feel it out, maybe one gear lower or shorter wheel speed, and you just need to be very precise with every input. Yeah, like you need to just, that's what I feel. You need to be more patient. There's a lot more pedal work. You're trying to search for the grip and find the grip, but that's my experience.
All right.
Patience is what I kept hearing from my spotter. You're spot on.
Yeah.
I think that's how you get started, right? Those are the basics. But to become a master, so compliments to James. When I watch him drive, and I have the best seat in the house, at least tonight, right? And we both had that, right? And he's able to slingshot. He's kind of stretching out the track, and in even these conditions, he's finding grip where there's none, and he's slingshotting from like all the way over here, trying to shoot straight across without dipping a tire, and like really shooting from edge to edge. And really, I think there's a lot of throttle work that's required to get to the top of that. So I think those are things that people can practice. A good thing about rain is that if you live somewhere where it rains, it's the easiest on the cars too.
Yeah.
So usually it's easy and affordable to get seat time in a practice car that way.
Yeah, it almost didn't feel like we're in a final at the end. We were just doing laps of like, it felt like practice.
It was
we're at
cool.
a practice day, and we're just like, okay, what's gonna happen? Who's gonna mess up first? And to be honest, that middle one more time, I felt like that was it for me. I don't know what the judges saw
I was leaning more Aasbo.
Yeah,
admittedly, like I really try not to like pick favorites up there, but in my head, you kind of like go through and like, I think this is the way it's gonna go.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, one judge did, one thought 50-50, and the other one went the other way. So
okay,
And sorry about bringing you down. I mean, that wasn't my fault in particular, but like bringing you guys down, it was a weird communication thing.
It was funny because we were like finished, helmets off, we're doing donuts, we're bumping front wheels off each other. We don't even care. We're just smiling and laughing.
And then you guys are going again. I thought the guy was pulling a joke.
Me too.
When he came over to us, I was like, "Are you for real?" And then everybody.
And the adrenaline was after settling too. You know, you're like, okay, no matter what the result, it's done. It's been a long weekend. It's been a good weekend. We're ready to just come up here and
then reset.
To reset was hard.
So yeah, it's got to be a weird psyche thing in that one. So I mean. On behalf of FD, sorry, but like
all good.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird for us too. Trust me.
Going into the last battle, then I felt like I just tried to, as Odie said, more patience, and I just tried to clean it up because I felt like I just got too hungry in the middle run and made more mistakes, and I felt like my lead run was just front wheel through the boxes, doing what we needed to do, and the chase was solid with no big mistakes, and there was nothing between it though.
I haven't watched it back, but I think a mistake on my end was blowing or overshooting the first inner box. So I flicked it in with a little more angle.
You were fast that time.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, he's going off, and I kind of held back.
Yeah,
and you held it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's that's a risk, but yeah, you can definitely pull if you pull it off.
Yeah,
the chase driver will hesitate because it looks like you're not going to have it together.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry.
Nah, cheers. Salut.
The best tasting, worst tasting stuff ever.
Right?
Yeah. It's fantastic. And it smells so good on a suit that's full of sweat that you would travel back to either Ireland or Norway with.
You
or
don't wash it
Lithuania.
first? Like, you should wash it first.
I have people for that.
Wow.
I do watch them. I do wash them myself, but
It preserves the color.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Those things must just stand up. Like, you get back to the hotel, take it off the hanger, and just stand it up in the middle of the room.
crispy.
It smells so good in the morning.
Oh man, crazy. Last question before I let you guys get back to it. Going into Orlando, weird reputation for that track. A lot of people like kind of back and forth with it. Every time I mean, maybe it's because I live there now. I've like changed my mind on it. But every time I think back, like, Orlando, whatever, it's all track, all this stuff. But then we're like, man, some of the greatest battles we've ever seen, some of the hardest wrecks, some of the craziest stories we've ever had in FD all happened in Florida. Shocker, I know. But what's your thoughts or feelings going into Florida? James, you've had all three of you have had epic battles. You've also had some crazy defeats and weird stuff happen as well. Sorry, Odie, to bring that up. But just where's your head at going into it? I know you probably haven't even thought of it yet, but now's your opportunity to.
I haven't even thought about it, to
Yeah, I
be honest. It's
figured.
like, get through tonight. Next weekend is Drift Masters.
Yeah,
first,
right.
first run on the Ford Mustang
See you
in
in the
Europe.
airport.
So I haven't even thought about it. But, it's going to be crazy. Every time we go there, the tandem is getting, like we saw last year, the tandem was on a new level on that track. Because it is quite... I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, people were kind of like, oh, Orlando sucks. But it does create amazing tandem because the lead driver, if he does a smooth line, you can just sit on his door and then return the favor, see who has the best tandem run, and it makes a great show. So, yeah, I don't know. Go there and have some fun and see what happens. Hopefully no rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I always used to dread Orlando because of the transition off the bank, and then they added asphalt, and it took the edge out of it. So me as a suspension guy, I'm like more at ease. Like, you don't have to go so bananas on your car setup.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're set up for grip, you're bottoming out there. And then you got to compromise in that specific part of the track to not bottom out, and you're leaving something on the table everywhere else. It was a big balancing act, and now it's like that. I'm kind of grown to like that track a little bit. It's getting smoother. It's just getting smoother and nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, make no mistake. It looks like an easy track. Like 2 corners, how hard can it be, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a lot to it. The pretty steep bank, the one turn, pretty loose flat track, almost off camber. The
It's
other
one of the
turn.
trickiest transitions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You get
And the
smoked
smoke,
out.
And it's fast.
Yeah.
Like, coming off there is fast.
yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
that sounds like it's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to going to an FD event and not staying in a hotel. That's going to be kind of nice for the first time. But
Stay at home. Sweet.
yeah, I'm 30 minutes away, man. I get to commute to work that weekend. It'll be great.
It's going to feel weird.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Yeah. It's going to feel weird. I don't know. The nice thing is I can I might just bring barbecue to the track. I got the big smoker. I was like, maybe I should just set all that up. I don't know.
Let's do that.
That'd
We'll
be a
chip
good
in.
idea for your next podcast.
Yeah. Oh, we just sit here and eat like brisket the whole time?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
hungry right
gator.
now. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I got to eat gator.
We could do gator. We
Yeah.
could do gator. It's not hard to find. Cool. Well, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much. Thanks
Thank you.
everyone for sticking around. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll have to catch you on the next Podium show.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.